Are you gonna be over there? Cause you can't see you. Oh yeah, now
Okay.
you can see you.
Okay. All right, so good afternoon, class. So I know we just got back from our lunch. So today I'll make sure that we have a fun lesson. So our lesson is gonna be about the stars and the sun. So before we get into our lesson, I wanna ask, what do we know about the stars and the sun? Any characteristic is fine. Yes, you in the back.
They are burning bulb gas.
Yes, correct. Anybody else? Yes.
You feel like make conservation?
Yes. Anybody else? Anything that we know about the sun? Yes.
The stars are more visible when there's less light pollution.
Correct, yes.
The sun is very hot.
Yes. Anybody else? All right. So our topic is stars and the sun. So the Common Core standards is that describe the relationship between the series of historical events, scientific ideas or concepts, or steps in technical procedures in the text using language that pertains to time, sequence, and cause and effects. The second one is to determine the meaning of general academic and domain-specific words and phrases in a text relevant to a grade 3 topic or subject area. So our learning objective, what do we get to learn today? Understand that the brightness of the star depends on its distance from the earth. Explain why stars appear bright or dimmer from the earth. Understanding the sun provides light and heat to earth, which is essential for life. Students will be able to identify at least 5 characteristics of the sun and the stars. So our previous lesson, we learned about the planets. So we know that planets can be small or large. Do we agree? Thumbs up. Great. Yes, because planets comes in different sizes. Planets also revolve around the sun, like we see here in the pictures. Do you guys think that that's true or false? True? And then planets also need energy or light from the sun. Is that true or false? True, right, because like for example, our trees, they need sun to be able to help trees produce the oxygens that we breathe in the air. And then planets, we know that planets are made out of different things like gas and minerals. All right, so what is stars? Stars is much larger than the planets, and then that they're able to release energy and light. So the sun, so why star much larger than the planets? Stars are much larger than planets because they're essentially like giant balls, like what you said earlier. And they are made out of burning gas that generates their own light and heat through process called the nuclear fusions. And that's why they're able to release energy and light. And then we know that the stars, they twinkle, and then they are also made out of gas like helium and hydrogens. Sun also does not move. It does not appear to move because our planet, which is the Earth, rotates around the sun. So the stars comes in different sizes, as what we said earlier, and they also come in different colors, brightness, depending on what their mass is, and their temperature. For example, the bigger the star, the more hotter and the more bluer they appear, and then the less massive the stars are, they're much cooler and red. So the sun. We know that the sun is the closest star to our solar system. The sun is the closest star because it's at the center of it. So if we are going back to this picture, you can see that the sun is in the middle, and then we have the planets orbiting around it. All right, so as you see, the sun is central stars of our solar system, and then the planets also revolve around our sun. So going back again to the picture, do you guys see that the stars, that the planets are circling around the sun? Do you think that that is true, that they do revolve around the sun? Or is the sun that it's revolving the planets? Great job. Right, so we know that planets revolve around the sun, and they're also made out of helium and hydrogen gas. And if you look at the pictures right here, these are the different types of stars, and some of them appears to be much larger. And if you look at the very smallest one, which is the sun, they call it a yellow dwarf. They call it the yellow dwarf because it's one of the smallest stars in the surface, and the temperature of the sun appears to be yellow. And then our sun is about 4.6 billion years old, which is pretty old. And then the surface temperature of the sun is 55,000 Celsius, which is very hot. So for the guided discussion, you're going to speak with your group members and come up with the 3 reasons why the sun is important in our daily lives. So I'm going to pass out some index cards, and then you guys are going to get into groups, and then you guys are going to come up with 3 reasons why the sun is important to our lives. So you guys can be group 1, and then I'm just going to give you guys basically 2, and then you guys can all discuss and come up with 3 reasons why the sun is important to our lives. So you guys are going to be group 1, and then you guys are group 2. You guys 1? And then you guys.
The sun was the smallest. That's kind of insane when you think about it. And you compare to like the movie stars, like what?
I'm gonna give you guys 3 minutes to do this, and then if you guys need time, I'll give you guys more time.
Okay, guys, thank you.
Alright, so it seems that everybody is done. Thumbs up if you guys are already done. Alright, so I'm gonna ask you guys to share what you guys have come up with. So you guys being the group 1, 2, and then 3 in the back, 4, and then 5. So group 1, what did you guys have come up with? You guys can share one thing that you guys write. Why is the sun important?
So the sun is important because it gives us light.
Yes, perfect, correct. And then group 2?
The sun triggers the release of serotonin, which is better than mood.
Correct, yes, great job. And then group 3? It's okay if you guys all have the same answer, that's fine.
Oh, like that was the livelihood of plant.
Yes, which is very essential. And then group 4?
We put that the sun provides heat so that we don't freeze.
Yes, great job. And then group 5? That's correct.
Vitamin D.
Yes, all right. So we said that it's important because it provides energy and food. And then it also helps us, the sun also gives us energy so that we can it can help grow our food. And then like you said earlier, during winter time or cold season, the sun helps keep us warm. And then as human, it gives us energy. And then it also helps generate electricity by converting sunlight to energy. So does anybody agree?
Yes.
Okay, great job. So now going to distance and brightness of the stars. So the stars farther away would look smaller and dimmer. So if you look at the picture, you can barely see the stars, which is the smallest light over there. So if I were to stand at the end of the corner of the hallway and you, one of the students, can stand on the other side of the corner, would I appear to be smaller to you or bigger? Smaller, right? And then the star closer will look larger and brighter, like the picture that we see here. So if I were to stand closer to you, would I be smaller or larger? Correct. So for the individual work, how will the sun look in different parts of the solar system? Look at the picture of the solar system and pick the 3. Pick the pictures of how the sun would look like in the red rectangles. Remember, farther away is smaller and dimmer, and closer is larger and brighter. So I'm gonna pass out another card, and then this you guys can do individually, and then you can write your names, and we're gonna do some individual works where you guys can answer the 3 examples.
For both of them.
Thank you. So for this individual work, you're going to decide how the sun would appear to you. So for problem 1, how will the sun would look in different parts of the solar system? So if we are in Mercury, will the sun appear as what you see here, the A, B, or C? So you're gonna write your answer on the cards that I provided. I'm gonna give you guys a minute. Alright, and then thumbs up if you guys have already written your answers. Anybody need more time? No? Okay. And then the second example would be Earth. So if we are in Earth, would the sun appear like the picture in A, B, or C? Alright, and then thumbs up if you are done, or let me know if you need more time. Thumbs up, alright. And then the last practice would be Neptune. So how would the star appear if you are in Neptune? Alright, thumbs up if you are done. Alright, so we're gonna go over it quickly. So for A, Mercury, what did you guys get? Is it A, B, or C? A? Great job. Yes, the answer is A. And then for the second one, Earth, is the answer A, B, or C? B. B? Yes, correct. And then for the last one, Neptune?
C.
C? Great job. And then, so right now it's time for a quiz time to show what you learned. And then you are going to work individually. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass out the quiz. Does anybody else need more time? Alright. So for the quiz, we're gonna go over them. So for number one, which of the following is the characteristic of the stars? Does anybody wanna share their answers? Yes.
B, they are made up of mostly gas.
And then does anybody else get the different answers? Alright, yes. And then for the second one, the sun is the closest stars in our solar system. True or false? Anybody want to share the answers? Yes.
True.
True? Yes, because the planets revolve around the sun and then it's the closest stars into our solar system. And then for number three, fill in the blanks with either brighter or dimmer. So the closer the star is, the blank it will be. Yes.
Brighter?
Brighter? Do you know why?
It's closer.
Yes, correct, yes. You're right. And then for number four, what is the most important thing about the sun? And someone in our class had mentioned this earlier. Does anybody want to share their answers? Yes.
It provides energy for sustaining life on Earth.
Yes, correct. So that is the most important thing about the sun, is that it is our primary source of energy. And then for this activity, the class game is the same. It's gonna be the same group that I put you guys in. So you guys will just have to choose, I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have 4 groups, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4. So each group will choose 2 of this characteristic, and then you're gonna put them whether they fall into planets or stars. Alright, so I'm gonna give you guys time to talk with your groups, and then you are going to discuss which of these characteristics fall into stars and planets, and then you would have to choose 2 persons from your group or 1 to write your answers. So I'm gonna give you guys time, and then we'll come back together.
choose to vote. I guess he's making his time here to go around.
Did you want us to just discuss or should we be writing it down?
You guys can do either or, but you guys are gonna have to go up to the board anyway and write your answer, so it's up to you. Does anybody need more time, or we're good? Alright, so for group one, you guys get to go up first, and then you guys should write whether one of these characteristics are planets or stars.
Do we write one?
Yeah, or you guys can do two on both, so it's really up to you. Alright, great job. Alright, and in group two, choose one of the person or two to go up there and then write your answers. Alright, and in group three, you got me.
Yes, good group, yes.
And then last group, group 4. And then one more.
We'll kind of shift things around if you feel like.
All the larger ones.
She said the much larger than
That
planets.
This one.
Good job. All right, so let's go over the little games that we have. Give you guys some time. All right, so going over to the planets, do you guys agree that the planets revolve around the sun?
Yeah.
Yes. Are they made out of gas like helium and hydrogen?
No.
So where this should be?
It's
And
all.
the second one, right? So close, but yes, they should be on the star. Is planets made out of different things like rocks and minerals?
Yes.
Yes. And then do they need energy and light from the sun?
Yes.
Yes. And then can planets be small or large?
Yes.
Yes. And then for the stars, do we think that they twinkle?
Yes.
Yes. And then are they able to release energy and light?
Yes.
And do you agree that stars are much larger than planets or not?
Yes.
Yes. All right, so you guys did a really amazing job. So now that we've learned about a little bit of our planets and solar system, I hope that it gives you a little bit of an insight about our solar system. And we will continue to this lesson more the next day. And that is the end of my lesson.